Hey guys, RC here, and we're back with our kind of our final video, I think. So, first off, is this a good game? Yes. There's a lot to like about the game. Are there a lot of questions and concerns? Sure. Does the game need to be broken down and rebuilt from the ground up? No. Could there be some additional answers and explanation given? Sure. I think we've shown quite a few things that we just don't know. Um, let's see, recruiting. Here we go. So, for example, security. According to the manual, security means how much the player values security of the program. What does that mean? Does that have anything to do with how long the coach has been there? Does that have anything to do with what year the college opened? We don't have cheating in the game. We don't have schools put on probation or the death penalty. So that's confusing. I don't know what that means. Loyalty. How much the player values their current team. Again, in doing a search within the Wolverine forums, it only pulls up two mentions, and that's both dealing with either the pro football or the pro basketball game. What does that have to do with college? Is that something that you forgot to pull out of the engine? Is that something that, what is it? Loyal to who? Okay, is their high school? What does that have to do with choosing a college? That is a unknown quantity. Close to home. On the surface, it says how much the player values being close to their hometown. Okay, but we've seen multiple examples through several of these videos where a player, coming from Vermont passes Louisiana to go to Texas. But and another player from Washington goes to Texas instead of Louisiana because it's closer. Or they go from Washington to Alabama and bypasses Louisiana, even though Louisiana's closer. And then we've had some that went from North Carolina and they bypassed Clemson, which is just one state away, to come all the way to LSU. So it works, you're getting pros and cons, but I don't know that it balances out. And it definitely makes no sense because it's not consistent. There's no consistency in that and the decisions that the computer is making for the players and what team they go to. The last thing was certainly dealing with when I set it to AI recruiting. We saw that the AI is not assigning scouting points to anybody. So if you set it for the computer to recruit, they should do everything, not just recruiting. They should also do scouting because they should be the ones pulling offers, making offers. That should be, auto recruiting. That's all part of the recruiting process. And that means I want the computer to do it. And if they're not doing any scouting or anything else, then, how do we know the computer's making the best choice? Also, you noticed that, I was finding a lot of players in that 120 to 150 range that were unrecruited at the time I started going after them. When I switched it over, the computer was immediately jumping down into the 700s, the 900s, the 600s, going way down the list of players that they were looking at that were still on, when there were better players ranking wise still on the board. So, there's quite a few questions that we've asked that I've asked at least in the video. Again, I don't ask these to be devil's advocate. I don't ask them to be a pain in the butt. I'm asking them because as we're doing the video and you're watching me real time these are the things that are coming up and are not transpiring, not making sense. So anyway, 48148. 12. 16, 20, 21. Okay, so we have the computer has signed all the commitments. You can see that they have done no scouting, no interviewing. Even when they schedule, even when they go a second week, they're not doing that. So I'm guessing that that is completely overlooked by the computer. Now maybe the computer doesn't need to do that because internally it already knows those answers, but I don't know. That just that would be one of those questions. So anyway, we have gone ahead and simmed ahead to the through the conference championship. If we look at the standings, if it will go, because we're starting to lag up. We won the North 10-3. Looks like Mississippi State beat Ole Miss in their rivalry game, so we took the West and we played the Gamecocks in the conference championship, and we lost. They took care of us pretty handily. So I don't know if we have a bowl game or not. I don't know if we're in the playoffs, the bowl game. We're number 7, so maybe we're in the playoffs. Maybe. Let's see, playoff. I didn't get an email telling me that, so I don't know. Yeah, see, that's, well, I click on playoff and it still shows the top 25. South Carolina. Okay, well, South Carolina got the 5 seed, I guess. We got the 7 seed. So, I don't need to play out the end of the season, but, I do want to sim up to the point where we get our final breakdown of recruiting and whatnot. Let's see. We'll sim this week. Let's see. I'm recording. Okay, here we go. All right, well, they're only doing a Final 4. Okay, so Clemson, Georgia, Oklahoma, Michigan State. Playoff bracket. Okay, so bowls. Okay, so South Carolina. So they're doing a BCS style with 4 teams instead of okay, a 4-team tournament. Okay. Oh, let me close that. All right, so we're at the bowls. I think they do all the bowls in 1 week. And see, it's not scrolling again, so that's a hang up. All right, Virginia Tech, Baylor, Michigan. Oh, there's LSU. Nebraska beat us 48-35. Again, we see that fourth quarter comeback to put it away. Well, we're going to sim another week, I guess, because I don't see a way to advance a week because it stops. Everything's kind of built in at this last point. All right, Clemson beat Georgia. Oklahoma beat Michigan State. Clemson and Oklahoma for the national title. 38-34, Clemson takes it home. All right, let me go to home. All right, we have gotten a couple of emails. Okay, well, these were all the same emails. Okay, so week 15, we signed 3 3-stars. None of those were players that I was after. Week 16, 3 more signings. Again, none. And you can see, look, these are in the 13 and 1400 range. Wow. Now, they may turn out to be pretty good. I don't know. All right, but we're going to delete all these. All right. We're going to simulate awards. All right, Nebraska won. Looks like he took the top award. All right, we're going to close that. The Senior Bowl. I'm waiting to see if we get... all right, so just really lagging here. And it wasn't that bad most of the season. All right, so it's in the... I guess it's having to figure out what seniors to invite. Okay. All right, well, I just don't know how long that takes. Well, while we're waiting there, we'll pop over. Well, actually, while this is hung up, it's not letting me even switch screens to something else. That means it's chewing up a ton of my computing resources, of my memory. Wow. See, when it's done this in the past, I've actually had to do a hard shutdown because it won't let me pull anything up here. All right. See, that's what it's doing. There's supposed to be another screen there, and it's not popping up. What is the deal? All right, so all All right, well, I think that's an issue. I mean, that screen that's behind it is not there. And there's no way for me to get over there. I mean, literally, I mean, you can see in the icon, and when I mouse over it, it's there. All right, well, I'm going to have to do a hard shutdown on that. So, apologize for that, guys. Not sure why. And then I can go to my task manager. Now see what is that? I mean, now it looks like it's opened another instance of the game. Well, I know I didn't click on that. Well, all right. Well, I'm going to have to do a hard shutdown here, guys. That's botched my computer, it looks like. So let's see. Let me see if I can even get the recording back open to end. All right, let me try. Well, let's see. Let me see if I can do that.